Hi guys, I'm back and I wanted to take just a few moments to talk about something. I had a video that I had made the other day and I deleted it. Thought that I would remake it during daylight, which I have not gotten done, so I'll just go on ahead and mention it here. This is my little buddy. He's tired. He's ready for everyone to go to bed. When we manifested the trip to Universal Studios a couple of weeks ago, I did not take my own scooter. And the reason for that being is if there would be any issues while out and about traveling, it does just fine. I fly with it. I have flown with it so many times. I have no issues at the airports. I have no issues traveling on planes with it. Going long distance with it, it's fine. But we were going to really be pushing it, going a long distance all day at Universal Studios plus Halloween Horror Nights every night. So we wanted to make sure that we had local service close to us in Orlando that could assist us if there was ever a need. Last year we used Regal Mobility. They were absolutely wonderful. Absolutely love those scooters. I'm actually going to be purchasing one of those. They're really nice. I call them accordion style fold up scooter. Very lightweight, easy to travel with, and it did just fine in the parks and Horror Nights last year. This year we went with Randy's Mobility Scooters. Another great service, another great company to work with. We went with a little bit larger scooter just so that way we could have the double batteries to make sure that we had enough power to get through day and night. I parked it a lot. I was really not on it very much. I walked just fine. I was just worried after 2 hip replacements, how I would hold up. Again, I did it last year. It is a lot. It's a lot to be on your feet that long after hip replacements like that. We leave the hotel around 7:30 in the morning, and we don't get out of Halloween Horror Nights till after 2 a.m. So that's a long time, a lot of walking. No shame that we rented a scooter. So Randy's Mobility was just wonderful. Both, um, it was heavier. It was pretty heavy for my sons to lift it in and out of the vehicle, but at the same time, it's doable. It's just that double battery scooter. It was a lot. We didn't take it apart. We left it in all one piece. But wonderful, wonderful. It lasted day and night. I would park and I would walk, and then I would park and I'd walk, and it was so nice to have. They both times last year and this year with both companies, the scooters were waiting at the hotel when we arrived, and very inexpensive to book for several nights out. Very inexpensive. And then we just left it at the hotel, and they came to pick it up when we checked out. Very simple. Um, they did offer park service. They would come into Universal Studios if there was any issues with the battery, or I didn't predict anything else would be wrong with it, but I never had any issues. I never had to call either company. I didn't have to call Regal last year. I didn't have to call Randy's Mobility this year, but the communication between both companies was amazing. I asked a lot of questions before I booked with both of them. They took my phone calls, answered questions right away. They were very prompt to get back with me. Super easy. I highly recommend them. I'll use them each time I travel to Orlando, no problem. Um, Absolutely wonderful. And don't let being on a mobility scooter or needing one slow you down. Universal Studios does rent them out. I think they're around $130 a day for the non-umbrella shade, and then I think it's maybe 160 a day for the umbrella shade, which is definitely worth it if you have the money to do it, because their service is right there in the park. Um, but I just didn't. I wanted to save just a little bit of money, and it still was wonderful service to work with these other companies. I think the Orlando or the Universal scooters, I was told when I called to talk about reserving one of those, was that they do have several and they book out pretty quickly. They are usually sold around 11:30 in the morning. So we just thought for ease, we'll just go with these outside companies. But they're local companies, but they're absolutely wonderful. And this is what they do day in and day out. They take care of tourists coming in and take care of servicing it, the scooters at the parks. So I just wanted to put that little shout out there to these wonderful companies, and that getting around on the scooter in the park is super simple. At Halloween Horror Nights, what we did was we would park it in a general area, and then I would get out and walk to the houses, stand in lines. I didn't take it all the way through, although in most lines, at least, it looked like you could get the scooter through most areas. I'm not exactly sure about taking them through the houses. I didn't see anyone per se do that, and I didn't attempt to do it. Um, little flyby. But that may be something somebody, if somebody had that need, you could look into. I do know there was a few wheelchairs in our groups that were pushed through, so I'm sure it's possible. I just didn't attempt to try that, but it lasted all day. It lasted well into 2 in the morning. No problem. So wonderful companies to work with. It's so much fun. Definitely worth going and doing if you have any issues with being on your feet walking for very long at a time, and you can get out and enjoy walking some and enjoy relaxing on your scooter some to help get you around. Definitely get out there and book those trips and still travel and have fun. So that's what I want to say for now. Happy manifesting, manifest those trips, manifest happy thoughts like we've talked about before. This trip was a huge manifestation this year and last year. We set our mind to do it. We set our goal. I had a lot to celebrate both times, and that's why we did it. They were celebratory trips, but they were also manifested celebratory trips in many, many ways. Maybe I'll get into that down the road. So, wearing my HHN, probably hard to see, Little Boo light up hair bow. They're pretty popular this year. I don't have the lights turned on him. I'm saving those for closer to Halloween. Um, a homemade necklace that I started making some more jewelry this week, and I think I'm going to make some videos here coming up. Let's turning around of some earrings that I'm making, and maybe we'll do a little bit of manifestation talk while we're doing that. Positive goal setting. So that's it for now. Everybody have a good evening where I'm at. It's in the middle of the night. Good morning, good afternoon to everyone, and design your purposeful life. Bye.